The following program contains violence, disturbing imagery, nudity, and, oh my God, why are you even watching this? Just run away. This shit is going to give you nightmares.
It's just me and my niggas, liquor and a couple bad girls, living in this fucking mad world, with no fear for the tears and severe. Niggas here, they revere when I'm coming back, sweatshirt, yes sir, this is life and it gets worse, but you always come back from the depths scared, and if somebody wanna hold me back, I'ma eat them like Lecter. Less work, cause I'm coming with the fear of God. Not trying to be something that is clear I'm not. I'm just trying to get the whole world with their hands up, like I'm summoning the spirit bomb. And it feels so good, nigga, no stress. Go flex on beats till there's no left. I'm so blessed cause I put in work at the right time, brother, cause they listen to my whole set. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, I rap the beast. Rap skills something like the best physique, and everything's gonna work out. So I tell the naysays, taking all, go rest in peace. My recipe for success feels like destiny and love met. When my album drops, my competition is definitely upset.
Vision, embrace friends, free. So come along for the ride.
We gon' ride tonight, it don't matter if we die tonight. The whole world gonna see us fly tonight, cause we live tonight when we ride the nerve. And I love life, tell these niggas stand down cause I'm my bright. I stand up for the right to live cause I'm a stand up kid who abandoned the thug life. And I ain't trying to be a goon and killer, I'm just trying to be a dude with a slew of villas. And I'm trying to get it soon, cause everyone assumes if you don't come in your youth then you doomed a nigga. Moving in a room where I've been to live, it's my life and it's all I got left to give. But I fight just enough to get that extra hit, it's my night. I write with the penmanship of 10 men with a temperature of 10 million centigrade. Set the stage, my threats get sent to graves. They book me cause they know that I've been the page and rip shit gifted with a pen to play with. And I started just to end and make it known that you envy me spitting STDs cause I tested patience. Amen to the God of rap, and since A came in my autograph is so G they be like aw snap cause they 9 put 3 up on the map.
Vision, embrace friends, free. So come along for the ride.
We gon' ride tonight, it don't matter if we die tonight. The whole world gonna see us fly tonight cause we live tonight when we ride the nerve.
All is a lonely world, not finding people who might think like me, you know.
Recorded live at the Jerrad Show studios in Tampa, Florida. It's another episode of the Jerrad Show. And now, here's your host, Jerrad Suarez.
That's right. We're back again for another one. Thanks so much for tuning in to this episode of The Jerrad Show and every episode of The Jerrad Show that you, listeners, tune into. Tonight, it's Tuesday, November 14th. And some crazy shit going on in the news recently. I don't know if I'm going to get into all of it. We can get into some of it. I figured I'd start out this episode and just come to the table and kind of explain myself. Last night, I announced that the show is going to be going live next week. That this show is actually going to be broadcast live on the internet through multiple platforms. And you can listen to it live and even call in. I'm going to have features available to, if you'd like to call in, you'll be able to call in through Skype. And I will be giving out that name of that Skype account probably sometime later this week. So you can have it. If you do listen to the show and you want to call in, it'll be every night at 9 o'clock. I've definitely dead set on the time of the podcast being 9 o'clock. It's a good time of the day for me to take in everything that's happened during the day and, assess the day and then talk about it. It's easier to do it later at night when everything's happened instead of, trying to remember, what happened yesterday afternoon because I did the show at 11 o'clock in the morning. See, I really learned my lesson by doing that show at 11 o'clock in the morning, and then everything that I wanted to talk about came up during that day after I did the podcast, and I was really upset about it. So I've been doing them later in the evening, after dinner. Just come on down to the studio, sit on down, record the podcast. And I think that by doing that on a regular basis every day live, I think that there's going to be some more people that are going to be enjoying this show and being able to interact with the show. I think interaction is key. So hopefully you Facebook fans and you Twitter followers, you guys are all listening to the show. Wait, what was I just got pop-ups, okay? I just got a pop-up about something about EA Battlefront. EA Battlefront 2. Star Wars Battlefront 2. Okay, so there's a bunch of, how we say, shit fuckery. There's a bunch of shit fuckery going on in the EA Star Wars Battlefront 2. Change will be constant. Why? Okay, so apparently, let's get down into this. EA Star Wars is the account of the Facebook to tweeted out today or Facebooked out, whatever the fuck you say. You keep talking and we'll keep listening. Today, we've drastically reduced the cost of hero unlocks. Okay, now that's only after everybody bitched and said, I guess some people did some math after playing the game, and to get a hero character, to use them in a battle, for those of you who don't know, let me just go back a step here. For those of you who don't know what Star Wars Battlefront is, it's basically a team shooter kind of thing going on. And it's the rebels and the Imperials. Wait a second. Why does it say? Okay, so there's another story that's going in with this. Okay, so the main problem here is that it's about 40 hours to unlock one of gameplay time. It takes 40 hours to unlock a hero character like Darth Vader. If you wanted to play as Darth Vader, you'd have to play the game about 40 hours to unlock one hero character. And then EA chimes in and they said it's because they wanted it to feel rewarding. And that's bullshit. That's totally a money grab, because I guarantee you that you don't have to spend 40 hours if you give them $20. You get all the stuff that you're trying to work for 40 hours in one microtransaction, so you can just play as Darth Vader, and that's what they're hoping you're going to do. And it's so apparent when it's ridiculously difficult to unlock a character or spend an entire work week worth of time playing a game to unlock one character. And I'm pretty sure it's a single use, one time in battle. That's it. You take him to battle and that's it. If you die, you come back as the regular trooper or whatever. I'm guessing that there's a story about a refund button. EA has removed the refund button from their customer portal, hoping people will just give up canceling because of the 60-minute wait time. That to live chat support. Let's see. Okay, so apparently there's a bunch of people freaking out saying that there's no, in the order history, there's no way to ask for a refund or request a refund for the game. And I guess that's what's going on, is there's a lot of people that want a refund now, because of all this shit that's coming out that's saying that it's way too hard and it's a money grab by EA. So there's people that want to get a refund and they can't. But this guy here is telling me that's not true. Let's see. This says the refund button never existed for pre-ordered games in the first place. Seriously, there are forum posts going back years from people not being able to get refunds on their pre-ordered games and being told to go through customer service instead. And then it goes on to say, alternatively, you can wait until the game launches, at which point the refund button will appear, and you can click it for a one-step easy refund. Basically, the refund button is present for release titles and not pre-ordered ones, which makes sense, I guess. You can't get a refund. Well, that doesn't make sense. Why can't I get my fucking money back if I find out that people playing it on early access say it sucks? How come I can't get my money back for it? I don't want to play a game or pay for a game that's shit or like broken. I don't know. These games nowadays, it's so crazy because we have so much say as gamers of what we want. And I think they listen because they spend so much fucking money on these games, on making these games and developing and producing these games. I mean, it's not really that big of a deal to produce a game nowadays. You just put it on a digital market and bam, it's up there. It's not that difficult. I don't know. I think that EA is really fucking up with this game, and I don't like the fact that you have to work and like earn like these credits that are really difficult to earn, and then other people can just go in and buy them. I mean, I don't understand why they're doing this. It's obviously, if it's not a cash grab, I have no idea what it is. So it's most definitely, obviously, a cash grab, and for that, it is disgusting. Good job. There's a applause for you, EA, for being fucking assholes and trying to be greedy and take money from your fans and your loyal customer base and your loyal gamer base. Man, I fucking sound like a nerd right now. God damn it. Okay, moving on. Let's move on past the game nerd shit and talk about a man who is in Tampa who is claiming he is transracial. He is born white, but considers himself Filipino. Yes. He says that he feels more at home when he's around. He feels more like himself when he's around the music and the food of the Filipino culture. And I'm sure he's attracted to Filipino ladies. There's no picture of he's a chubby man. So I don't know if he's, pulling any hot Filipino tail. But I don't know. I think this is just enabling the mentally handicapped at this point. It's not bad to have a handicap. I don't understand why people take such offense to that. It's not bad to have a handicap mentally. I mean, everybody has their problems. So, I just think it's a bad idea to say, okay, go on and consider yourself a Filipino man. I don't think that's very smart because you're not Filipino. You weren't born there. You were born in fucking Tampa. And you're white. Your parents are not Filipino at all. I don't know. I think it's a fake topic to get people to talk about transgender and how ridiculous some people think that is. And I don't know. I would really like to be a trans-aged person. I would like to consider myself a 65-year-old man and get some of those sweet, sweet government benefits. My Social Security check, please. I'm 65. Thank you. I identify as a 65-year-old man. Damn it, now give me my check. I'll be assertive and probably get laughed at. I'd probably get a story going on the news. If anybody wants to do that, contact me, Jerrad@JerradShow.com. Write me an email and say, I want to try to be a 65-year-old man, identify as a 65-year-old man. I like food that 65-year-old men usually eat, meaning steaks and mashed potatoes and corn. I like corn and peas and carrots sometimes. The diced carrots, the little square carrots with some peas, mixed in. Maybe a little butter on top of that. Light on the salt because my heart can't take it these days. I'm 65 years old. If that's you, you email me and we'll get to chatting. We'll drum up some publicity for this. Transaged. It's the next new thing. It's fuck this transracial guy. He's going soft too, by the way. He's saying he's Filipino. The Filipinos are probably going to be very welcoming. Say, yes, that's fine. Go ahead. Come on over. We love having big parties and stuff. I'm stereotyping the Filipino race now. I think that this is all just a big... I'm grasping at the words to describe this right now. It's not a conspiracy, but it is they're trying to get people talking about the transgender issue. And I won't. If you really feel that you were born a man and you feel like you're a woman and that's the way you want to live, you know what? Go ahead, because you're not hurting anybody by doing that, I don't think. I mean, I haven't done any studies or anything, and everybody that I've ever known that is transgender is actually pretty fucking cool. So, if they're going to have the balls enough to, live as the other gender, knowing that they're not, and knowing that they're going to get weird looks from people, and, knowing that they're going to most definitely run into scrutiny throughout their lives as a different gender, and they're still going to do it. I think that is that's a really, honestly, a brave person, I think. Do I think Caitlyn Jenner is a brave person? No, I don't. I don't think so, because she totally could have done it way before. I mean, look at Alexis Arquette. She was living herself for a long time, back in the 90s and shit. You're telling me Bruce couldn't have made the switch back then? No, it was because he's still insecure about it or whatever, because he's a Olympic athlete and all this. But yeah, everybody knew what the fuck was going on. That transition was out in the public. Everybody saw that. Everybody saw him, shaving off his Adam's apple and growing his hair out all pretty, and I don't know. I don't know. I think it's a question for groups of people and not just one straight white looking guy. I know my name is Suarez, and technically I'm what they call Latin here in Tampa. That's what they call people of my culture and heritage. They call us Latins. But I do look white, and my opinion on transgender issues is probably worthless. It's really not what anybody wants to hear, I don't think. But goddamn it, that's what it'll do to you when this nerdy guy comes out and says he's transracial. Let's do a rundown. Start something new. I was thinking about this last night when I was going on to Facebook. I noticed there was a trending topic, and looks like there's 10 stories, and I can just run through them real quick, and everybody can do this at home. Follow along. You can open up Facebook if you're listening to this live, or you can just. This is what was happening today, back in time. Maybe you've stumbled upon this episode sometime in the future, and it's It's 2022, and you want to figure out what's happening on Tuesday, November 14th, 2017. Well, I'll tell you. Looks like the Australians decisively back gay marriage. That's right. The postal survey that they did, it wasn't a vote. They just did a survey. And they wanted to know, do you Australians think that gay marriage should be allowed? And they were like, fuck yeah, man. Come on, what are you talking about? If you want to get married and you want to be, married to a dude, go ahead. I mean, everybody should be married if they want to be married. That's what they said, man. That's what they said. Second off, CDC. Uh-oh. CDC, that's the Center for Disease Control, most notably known for creating the zombie virus. That's true, probably. New study finds cell phones may be causing depression in teens. Well, wah. Yeah, because I don't go outside and play anymore. All I do is try to get fucking coins on this stupid mini app game where I'm, saving up my 99 cents so I can go to get a iTunes gift card and freaking just play all my days in this stupid app, whatever the fuck it is. So, yeah, I mean, of course cell phones are making teens depressed. Also probably because they have to talk to friends that they really don't want to talk to, and they're getting in trouble with their friends because they're like, oh, I saw you texting me back, and I saw you typing, and you weren't texting me back, and you just left me alone, and I know you're ignoring me. So yeah, I'd be pretty fucking ready to kill myself if that was my life as a teenager too. Moving along, Roy Moore. Oh man, I really didn't want to fucking talk about this guy. Anyways, Rush Limbaugh says Moore was a Democrat at the time of sexual misconduct. Who cares? He's a fucking creep. 32-year-old dating teenagers. Come on, man. That's a little low for you. I mean, you can't be a 32-year-old man. I am a 31-year-old man, and if I can easily look at a 14-year-old girl and say that is way too fucking young. And I don't care if she's very adult looking or anything like that. I don't care. I can see a 14-year-old girl and be like, no fucking way. That is a kid. That's a child. I wouldn't. That's why this whole fucking sexual misconduct shit and sexual harassment, sexual assault shit that's going on all over the country right now, where everybody's blowing the whistle at once. I'm all for it, man. The more of these fucking sick fuckers that come down, maybe they'll be more afraid to fucking do something in the future. If maybe hopefully it stops all this shit, fucking curbs it right now. Moving along, American Heart Association, new guidelines lower threshold for high blood pressure. Oh, that's great. So that means I went from having high blood pressure to you're dead. Thank you. Moving on to, oh, jeez. See, this is one thing that I didn't count on when I was going through this, is that I was probably going to have to read a couple of stories that I didn't want to fucking read. Tehama County, California, Red Bluff, deadly shooting. Staff saved lives with school lockdown. That's amazing. Actually, I will click that just to try to take a little look at this here. Say officials said that there were 7 shooting scenes around the school in Rancho Tehama Reserve. Shootings at multiple sites in rural North Carolina kill 5. Wound kids at school. Oh man, that's terrible. I mean, you could say it's a gun problem, but in fact, everybody knows that it's a combination of ease of gun laws and, I mean, you want to talk to some gun advocates, they're going to tell you, no, they're strict laws, but you can still go to a fucking gun show and buy a gun really quick, or buy pieces of a gun that you need to build your own gun. It's just too much, especially there. I understand if you're getting it at a location that you have to get a 3-day, waiting period to get that. I totally understand that, and I think that's right, but doing the fucking the gun show, that's too much for me, I think. Especially with all of these shootings, it's like getting a little too crazy. I think something needs to be changed. It's gun control and mental health. I think those two things combined, if we really attack those two problems with our country, I think that will though it'll be way better than just saying, no, nobody can have guns. Because that's really just going to make the criminals be the only ones with guns. Absolutely. If you have a gun, you're a criminal. So the only really bad people that really want to have guns are going to have guns. So I'm sure there's some good people in there too that are going to break the law too. But let's not bring it to that, people. It's our Second Amendment right. Let's not go fucking with the amendments like the 19th one, where it said that alcohol was bad, and we repealed the fuck out of that. Moving along, Jeff Sessions testifies on Russia meetings at House hearing. I don't really know what the fuck that is all about. I guess I was not looking at C-SPAN today. Shoot me, why don't you? Attorney General Jeff Sessions testified before the House Judiciary Committee on Tuesday, where he faced questions on his meetings. Yeah, I guess it's just a bunch of questions asked in the C-SPAN manner. But also, just under that, Clinton Foundation. Jeff Sessions considers special counsel to investigate Clinton Foundation. Looks like old Donnie T's words at the debate last year coming through to fruition. He's sick and his dog's on him. Oh man. See, this is what I hate about looking at Facebook, is that you have all these fucking people who just like have to chime in on something. That, this news story, I have to immediately repost it and not hold it for a podcast later tonight. This guy, let's see. This guy Manny says, if they would stop questioning Sessions over and over again, he would have time to investigate the Clinton Foundation. Oh, look, times are up, sweetheart. Russian collusion with the Clinton Foundation, $140 million. Holy cow. Misappropriations of funds can lead to prison unless the president gives a pardon. Unlikely. Ooh, okay, so that guy actually offered up a quick summary of what the fuck is going on. Yeah, looks like there's something about Russian collusion with the Clinton Foundation, which, I mean, that's odd. Looks just like a bunch of people that hate Hillary. Yeah, this lady Rose, calling them the gutter rat Democrats, are making asses out of themselves. Let's see. Oh, this Tony P pops in with Jeff Sessions is going to jail. He's lying SOB. So he's pulling an idea from Trump's playbook. Divert attention away from his own perjury by trying to turn everyone's attention to Hillary. They just can't stop beating a dead horse. They've investigated the women every which way and back again, but they can't think of anything else to do in their feeble attempt to get spotlight off of themselves. They're a pack of lying thieves who sold their souls to Putin. Let them rot in hell. Thanks, Tony P. That's solid fucking gold right there. Man, so there's definitely two camps with this. There's the lock her up people, and then the resist people still going on. Let's see. Moving on to Cards Against Humanity. In bids to stymie Trump's border wall, game company, let's see what this one is, apparently buys a plot of land. Okay, so the people at Cards Against Humanity are back with another impossible-to-ignore holiday promotion. All right. Well, you got me, San Francisco Gate. I'm clicking on this story because I have not seen this yet. And so, in case you thought that they couldn't top the holiday haul of 2016, the Cards Against Humanity stops the wall. Here we go. The makers of the card game bought a plot of land on the U.S.-Mexico border to take a stand against Trump's plan to build a 700 to 900 mile border wall as they put it, Donald Trump is a preposterous golem who is afraid of Mexicans. Oh, shit. He is so afraid that he wants to build a $20 billion wall that everyone knows will accomplish nothing. So we've... thank you so much. Oh, great. Pop-up ads. Holy shit. Fuck you, San Francisco Gate. Wow. Wow. They just totally fucked me on that one. I was in the middle of reading that and they just cut me out. They were like, nope. Here's a Facebook ad. It's a fake Facebook thing to get you to fucking... Shit. Here we go. So where are we at? So we've purchased a plot of vacant land on the border and retained a law firm specializing in eminent domain to make it as time-consuming and expensive as possible to get the wall built. Oh, great. There's no real proof that they actually bought the land, but for $15 they promised to send you an illustration of this piece of land as well as 5 other surprises through the... holy shit. Through the month of December. No, they won't tell you what those gifts are because the nature of the surprise is that it surprises you. Oh my good God. I guess this is something that they've done before. Let's get the fuck off of this website before I get any more pop-ups and get back to the news on Facebook. So, moving along. I like to say that in between every story. Moving along. Harare, Zimbabwe. Military vehicles moved into Zimbabwe's capital. Uh-oh. Looks like there's a problem there. Zimbabwean armored military vehicles moved into the capital a day after Armed Forces Commander Constantine Chiwenga called for an clickbait motherfuckers. These guys purposely only put in a little bit, so you have to go to their goddamn website. Okay, Constantine Chiwenga called for an end to purges in President Robert Mugabe's ruling party. Okay, so a bunch of armored vehicles stormed the capital in Zimbabwe. Well, sucks to be in Zimbabwe at this time because you're having, rebels fighting shit. That's terrible. All right, finally, the number 10 story. Moving along. Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, warns of injury, death with herbal supplement kratom. I've heard of kratom before. They sell it in gas stations, so I'm sure it's, terrible for you. Let's see. Oh, here we go. It's an actual post by the FDA. Thank you, FDA, for putting stuff out there. It says the FDA is warning consumers not to use Mitragina speciosa, commonly known as kratom. There are currently no FDA-approved uses of kratom. Moreover, there's clear data on the increasing harms associated with kratom. Calls to the U.S. Poison Control Centers regarding kratom have increased tenfold from 2010 to 2015, with hundreds of calls made each year. FDA is also aware of reports of 36 deaths associated with the use of kratom-containing products. We've learned a tragic lesson from the opioid crisis. We must pay early attention to the potential of new products to cause addiction, and we must take strong, decisive measures to intervene. Oh, boy. So that, to me, personally, does not sound good. That sounds like some sort of natural plant, Mitragina speciosa, sounds like vagina, and the FDA is going to crack down on it because I'm guessing that it has something to do with pain relief, because they're calling in, we've learned a tragic lesson from the opioid crisis, which to me, that makes me think that they're pushing the opioids more instead of this kratom, which would be terrible if there's people out there that got off of opioids and they got off of them by using kratom. I feel like that would be probably who's getting attacked here, and it sounds like the opioid industry is getting hit by kratom. And that's how my conspiracy brain works, folks. That's it. So that's it for the Facebook trending tab on the Jerrad Show. I just want to mention again at the end of this show that the show is going to be going live next Monday, and I wanted to just give you guys an idea of what's going to happen when it does go live. It is going to start at 9 o'clock, and you'll hear the intro warning. The guy say, why are you listening to this? This shit will give you nightmares. You'll hear that like normal, and then it'll go into the song like I've been doing since I've started this podcast on my own. And during that time, hopefully people will tune in and get ready to listen to the show. So I'll have a good amount of people listening, hopefully, while the song is playing, and then it'll come into me talking, and you'll just go right into hearing the show. So again, it'll be only 30 minutes, 45 minutes each night. And if you want to listen to it, go to JerradShow.com. Check out the Facebook.com/Jerrad Show. You want to. You thought about it and wanted to go to it, but you haven't been on Facebook in a while. And I understand. Facebook's a treacherous place these days. Go to Twitter, though. If you're still on Twitter, find me over there at Jerrad Show. Got a big following over there. You can hit me up and say, "What's up, Jerrad Show? Your show's sucks, or it's awesome," whatever you think. I don't know. Why would you be listening to the show if you think it sucks? Go to those websites, those social media accounts. And I have an Instagram or some shit like that, or Snapchat. I don't check any of that shit. But anyways, thanks for listening to this episode of the Jerrad Show. See you guys tomorrow. It's gonna be Wednesday. I don't really know what the fuck I'm gonna be doing, but it'll be good. Tune in. You'll be surprised, as will I. Have a good one.